Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are all doing well. This is the Manchester United West Ham preview. We take them on in the Premier League this weekend at Old Trafford, and we'll be looking ahead to that game. I'll give you my predicted 11, my predicted scores, etc, etc. And I want you lot to get your thoughts in the comments below as well as we go through this preview. Who do you think should be starting? Rashford, Ronaldo, both? Get your thoughts in those comments below. But before we do get stuck into all of that, have you seen the reaction to this Antony skill? Now against Sheriff, he did his little 360 skill that he loves to do. Attempted a pass, which was a decent pass. It was just a little bit overhit. It was the right pass. And the reaction to that little bit of skill has been absolutely phenomenal. I would say it surprises me, but it doesn't surprise me because anything relating to Manchester United goes absolutely wild. But we saw similar about Richarlison doing a couple of kick-ups. Do you remember that? It was a joke. I defended Richarlison then. I'm going to defend Antony now. It's an absolute embarrassment, this reaction to that. And everyone say it's disrespectful to the opponent. Disrespectful? Everyone's played football since they were a kid. You all try to do skills and stuff. What, you're not trying to disrespect an opponent then? It looks disrespectful when you get mugged off. Of course it does. But it's part of the game. It's fun. Football's supposed to be about fun. Of course, you need to win. You need to do the right things. And it's competitive. But also, enjoy yourself. One of my favourite players of all time, Ronaldo. Because he played with a smile on his face. And he enjoyed doing things like that. And we're trying to take this out of Antony's game. I think it's embarrassing. And look at the reaction. Robbie Savage coming out and having a moan. He wishes he could do something like that. Talking about Antony disrespecting the opponents with his skill. So what do you call headbutting your opponents, Robbie Savage? Being an absolute snide, chopping everyone every couple of minutes? Is that respecting them? I'd much rather you did a 360 in front of me, to be honest. And then poor Scholes. Come on, Scholesy. I absolutely love you, man, but you don't have to be so miserable. And besides, you played with a young Cristiano Ronaldo. You played with Nani. You played with players that have done all sorts of skill. Yet this is where you draw the line. Have a day off. And to say Brazilians don't like it. Brazilians loved it. Neymar loved it. Fred's coming out saying he loved it and defending his teammate and telling him to keep it up. I just think it's a joke. All this reaction. And you know what? I expect it from the likes of Ian Holloway, who's also come out and had a moan as well. Ian Holloway. You wish you could do that too. And Ian Holloway used to manage Balassi. Remember Balassi, what he used to do to players? Balassi must not have been listening to Ian Holloway in the dressing room. I just think the reaction's a joke. And I expect it from Ian Holloway, but not from the likes of Paul Scholes. Robbie Savage, your son's in the United dressing room. That's not going to be... You're making it a bit more difficult for him talking rubbish, especially when you're in the wrong. The reactions just meant, oh, I just don't get it. And I'm going to stop now because I'm going on too long about it. But keep on doing it, Antony. Keep on introducing your skills. It was nearly effective. You nearly got the ball through to Casemiro. I don't mind seeing that. All the fans in Old Trafford would have loved it. All the kids at Old Trafford that night would have loved it. Would have been going to school and trying it and that. Don't forget why we love football, man. Because I feel like some people just... Yes, it's serious. Yes, you want to win. Yes, we want to win trophies. But you can have a little bit of fun along the way. I remember Nani doing them kick-ups against Arsenal. I loved it. Anyway, let's get stuck into this preview. Manchester United against West Ham. Now, United-West Ham is a difficult game. I know West Ham haven't been in the form that they were in at the start of last season. And they're in terrific form, sitting 10th at the moment, 14 points out of 12 games. A win for them, interestingly, would bring them 3 points behind Manchester United. So it shows you, you need to perform. You need to get results. You need to keep winning your games. And you need to keep trying to close that gap on the teams above us. We also know that Tottenham are 3 points ahead of us and we've got a game in hand on them. So to drop points here would be annoying because we've got them in our sights. So we need to beat West Ham. It's going to be a difficult game though. That we do know. And it'll be interesting who Erik ten Hag wants to start. We obviously saw the likes of, Eriksen coming off early in the game midweek. You'd expect he would start. Luke Shaw came on as a sub to Raul Malacia started. I'd imagine Luke Shaw would start. Rashford came in as a sub, scored. Ronaldo eventually got his goal. Will Rashford replace Ronaldo? Will they both play? It'll be interesting because obviously you've got no Anthony Martial, you'd imagine, for this game. Jadon Sancho is out of form at the moment. I don't think Garnacho will keep his spot in the team. I think the manager will have seen enough from him against Sheriff to go, you know what? I can trust this guy. Maybe I'll use him as a substitute here and there, etc. But I don't think he's forced his way into starting yet. And therefore you kind of think, right, Anthony's probably guaranteed to start. Rashford's guaranteed to start. But where will that be with Marcus Rashford? Will it be on the left or will it be through the middle? If it's through the middle, then maybe an Elanga or Sancho or someone starts on the left. But if it's on the left, then Ronaldo will obviously start through the middle. Do you start Ronaldo? Did we see enough from him in that game against Sheriff? Obviously, he was looking for a goal. He was frustrated not to score, and it pretty much, as when we went 2-0 up, it became an exercise to kind of get Ronaldo to score, which I understand. You want to get your strikers confident. You want to get them happy. You want to get them scoring again. But was his all-round performance enough? I think he showed more in that game than maybe he has in previous games. There were some good moments where he picks up the ball, runs. I think the Rashford headed goal came from him playing a 1-2, running into the box, taking a few runners with him. The ball goes out wide, Shaw whips it in. So I think he had some good parts to his performance the other day. Obviously, he's just back from not training with the first team. Falling out with Ten Hag. I know they've patched things up, but maybe that will still be in Ten Hag's mind. But I think Ronaldo could start this game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him start, and then maybe we change it later if we have to. But a Ronaldo that's scoring and happy, you want to keep in your team, especially when there's no Martial. I think if Martial's available to start, he starts. It's a no-brainer. Maybe if Jadon Sancho's in form, he starts and it's a no-brainer. But at the moment, they're not. So maybe you go with Cristiano Ronaldo. West Ham, on the other hand, coming into this one, let's have a look at this. What's going on with their injuries and things like that. Have they got anyone missing for this game? Paqueta could be out for them in this one. He's looking like a doubt. And Dawson is also a doubt for this game. So they'll probably be without Paqueta. They could be without Dawson as well. Paqueta, obviously a new signing for them. Manchester United will obviously be without Rafael Varane again. At centre-back the other day, we had Lindelof and Martinez. And then obviously Harry Maguire came in the second half. I would stick with Lindelof and Martinez. I think Lindelof did well. Obviously, you have to take into consideration the opposition and everything. But I do think Lindelof is more suited to the style that we want to play under Erik ten Hag. He's more comfortable under pressure on the ball. Harry Maguire's performance wasn't bad against Sheriff, but he's not in my starting lineup personally. But big game at Old Trafford. West Ham's always a tricky one. It's always one you expect to win, but it's always one where you expect it to be a difficult game. And West Ham coming in on the back of 2 wins, one against Silkeborg in the Conference League, one against Bournemouth as well. Obviously they lost against Liverpool. They drew with Southampton before that. Their form has been mixed, to say the least, losing against Everton and Chelsea in the season, but also beating Wolves and beating Fulham. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of side turns up from West Ham. But Manchester United, if we play as we have been, and I kind of said it after the game the other day, you feel like there's a base level with Manchester United now where we're always going to, because of what has been implemented by the manager, we're always going to have a certain type of level. And you're seeing that, the passing moves and everything, we're confident in possession, we're comfortable in defending out of possession, pressing well, doing all those things. So I expect it will be a good performance from us, but it's a difficult game. Have to get a result, but I'm confident that we will. Now, my predicted lineup for the game is as follows: David De Gea in goal, then I go with Luke Shaw and Dalot as the fullbacks, Martinez and Lindelof as the centre backs. Then in the defensive midfield position, you go with Casemiro. Then you got Eriksen and Bruno ahead of him. Then I've gone with Rashford, Ronaldo and Anthony. So I have kept Ronaldo in my team. Will he be in your team? Get your thoughts in the comments below. My predicted score for this game, I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Manchester United. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you agree? Will it be another clean sheet? Will it be another win? It's important we get a win, man. Let's keep this good form going into the World Cup. Who knows where we'll be then going into the World Cup, and we can take it on from January. But yeah, that's my predicted 11. That's my predicted score. Those are my thoughts ahead of the game. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments below, and keep it locked as well. Please hit that subscribe button. We're trying to hit 150,000 ASAP. Anyway, I'll see you soon.